Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and one of the best units in Dokkan is about to arrive on Global. This of course is STR Transforming Cooler. This guy leads one of the better teams in the game, which we're not on yet, but we will show it in this video. Transformation Boost / Conquest of Terror. Overall, he's very, very good. He's a strong support type unit before he transforms. It's very easy for him to transform after 3 turns. Against a pure or hybrid Saiyan, he could transform, and then he is just a juggernaut once he transforms. He has one of the highest attack stats in the game as well. For a non-LR, non-EZA card, he's within the top 10 for sure. So he is just overall very, very good. Obviously, he's meant to be used with any other sort of like Frieza family unit, so any Wicked Bloodline character really will give you sort of the highest abilities from him, right? So I'm using Golden Cooler here. We are on the Movie Boss team, by the way. Golden Cooler is going to share a couple of links with him and give him a support type buff. There he is at 2.18. Again, Cooler is just ridiculous. Like, there's just so many different like situations I've had while using this guy, like throughout the months he's been out, where he's just been ridiculous, ludicrous, like unbelievably OP, crazy, everything. Here's Broly, Chile, and Limo, by the way. We're actually going to get a pretty good turn from them because we're able to get all those orbs. It was tech orbs, so the whole rotation has higher defense. Then Metal Cooler's on the rotation, given higher defense. But oh, guess what? It doesn't matter because they have a 100% chance to dodge because they got 7 orbs. So I've been using this unit right here a lot. They're fun, Broly, Chile, and them. I really like what they did with this unit. Like, it's a very, very fun unit. Very different, right? You could do so many different things with them, and like they're crazy. Like, as you guys could see right there, you know, like a 3.5 million attack stat or whatever, and then they can't be hurt basically unless you're going up against like Int UI Goku. Pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so next turn, it's going to be turn 5, I think. No, it's turn 4. This next turn is turn 4. So we're going to be able to use Cooler's active skill, and we can go ahead and have him transform into Final Form Cooler. So let's go ahead and do this. We have a very good setup for him right here with Golden Cooler on rotation as well as Turles. We should be able to get most of his links. And then depending upon how things go, if we take a lot of damage, we could get big bad bosses as well. So Thirst for Conquest, Turles has, so we're activating that there. Brutal Beatdown, Turles also has. Universe's Most Malevolent, Golden Cooler's got, that's 15%. And then Fierce Battle, Turles has. So we're actually going to have all of his attack links active, provided that Golden Cooler actually takes a significant amount of damage here. So this is going to be a very good turn. Cooler also stacks attack once he transforms, by the way. So he does a lot. Okay, please super attack. If he supers, we're going to get big bad bosses. Nice. Okay, this is good. So Cooler, I don't know what his attack set's going to be, maybe 4 million? That's just a guess. I don't know. It's hard to say for sure, but either way, he's set up very good. 180% attack he gets. Then he has that additional that has a medium chance of being a super, which I believe is 30. It's 25% to be a super. 4.1. Okay. And that's, again, he stacks attack, but that's his first super attack. Oh, I should also mention it's going to be a guaranteed crit as well. 4 million attack stat guaranteed crit because Vegeta is a Saiyan. Cooler at this form has guaranteed crits against pure and hybrid Saiyan category enemies, which is roughly about 75% of the game, right? The majority of the time, you are going to be fighting a pure or hybrid Saiyan. It's just the way it is. So, to make a unit that is absolutely dominant against 75% of the game is a really big deal, as you guys can see. So, let's look at him on a couple of other teams. He's good in a variety of different ways, which we'll show. Alright, guys, so, okay. Now, me and Final Form Cooler, right? Transforming Cooler. One of the things about him is that I don't think you should actually summon for him on Global. I think his banner is not the greatest, and I think the quality of it's going to go down even further on Global because I don't expect Namek Goku to be on that banner. I think he will be removed off of it, right? So, Cooler's not on a great banner. He has not yet returned on JP either, so we don't know when he's going to return. But the 5-year anniversary is a thing that's going to be coming to Global in July, and that's what I think Global players should summon for, right? LR Gogeta, LR Vegito, these units are just, they're crazy, they're ridiculous, all of that. Now, as insane as it is Cooler is godly with them and on their team. Right now, we are on the last resort team. You know, either Gogeta or Vegito could lead this. It doesn't matter. They're both leaders for the team. This team is ridiculous. And, like, there's options that you could put on it. Like, you see Turles and Android 17 and Cooler, who are going to be able to, like, actually, like, give support to this team. And Cooler, again, as insane as it is a very solid, like, support option for, like, the LR fusions. As, again, I know it's ridiculous, but because of the fact that he's a support type unit for transformation boost when going up against one enemy, it makes him, like, because we already saw in this video how insane his transformation is. But he doesn't need the transform to be insane. That's one reason why he's so insane. He is amazing even in this form right here. So he's at 93k defense. That will go up, obviously, if we have Big Bad Bosses active. Physical Final Form Cooler is still really good, by the way. And his EZA potentially could be not that far off. It's very hard to tell with the 120% leaders, like, how far or close their EZAs might be, because there's 10 of them, right? So, like, Physical Final Form Cooler could EZA in 3 months, or he could EZA in 18 months. Like, it's a huge, like, we just don't know the order that they're gonna pick when actually EZAing the 120% leaders, right? But he could end up being one of the first. So he could get his EZA very, very quickly, which would be very interesting. Now, obviously, the last resort team is, again, it's just crazy, because you have just ridiculous options left and right. The last resort category, honestly, is one of the reasons why I just really want global players to summon for this. And, do I think LR Rose is better than the Fusions? I mean, in certain areas, yes, but I might be leaning back in the direction more of the Fusions being the best units in the game. I mean, one thing to say for sure, right? Rose doesn't have a bad leader skill, but his leader skill is not as good as the Fusions, who have, like, one of the most busted categories in the game that they lead, whereas Rose is, a 4-key 130% leader for Future, which is not as good as, like, Tech Trunks or Physical Future Gohan, right? So that is kind of like a negative mark for Rose. And the Fusions, of course, again, they lead of one of the most ridiculous categories in the game, right? So we'll do this. Maybe if Vegito supers right away, maybe we'll get Big Bad Bosses. I mean, obviously, I would love to see Big Bad Bosses here. I'll go ahead and do this. We probably will finish this Vegito off right here, honestly. Because, again, Tech Vegito is getting a support type attack buff from Cooler. It's so crazy. Transformation Boost is such a ridiculous category. And, like, you really have just, like, such monster. Like, look at this dude. 1.72 is what this Cooler is at in this scenario with the additional. Like, after his EZA, like, I don't know, what is he going to be at, like, 3 million with the additional or something? Like, he's going to be ridiculous. Like, it's going to be crazy. So, I don't know. The Frieza family and the Cooler units and stuff, they're just so nuts. Here's what the Fusions can do. So, the Fusions versus Rose, right? 99% of the time, I think the Rose is going to end up being more impactful than the Fusions when they're in base, right? But you can get, like, the triple super turns with them, with the Fusions. They do have that in them. And once they do that, obviously their damage is outstanding. I potentially could finish this fight off, actually, with either the final Kamehameha or the ultimate Kamehameha by Gogeta. One of these two could potentially get us a active skill finish. That would be interesting. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and... What's our next rotation? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and have Vegito go first. This Vegito is actually not rainbowed, so he potentially could take a little bit of damage. Like, if Int Vegito would super right away, this Tech Vegito will take damage because, wow, even at 55%. Because I'm pretty sure this one is 55% right there. Yeah, they're... Again, once they transform, they're ludicrously powerful. So strong. So, like, that really... Like, I just cannot recommend global players save and summon for them enough. And it was very important, I think, for me to get them in this Cooler video as well, to show them sort of alongside Cooler. Like, Cooler is ridiculously powerful, right? But, like, he's not quite on the level of the Fusions. I mean, but then again, nothing is, really. I mean, after they go blue, even Rose can't keep up with them anymore. He can't. Like, they start getting a couple of attacks, and it's ridiculous. Now, one thing, too, I do want to point out is that notice how, despite the fact that we have not transformed, STR Cooler is still going to be able to, like, really benefit the team a lot, right? Because we're going up against a fusion. It is ridiculous, by the way. This is where the category stuff does hurt a little bit, because obviously Vegito and Gogeta should be on the Pure Saiyan category team. And then, you know, it would... Cooler should be able to transform. 2.55, you say. Okay. 2.55, and he's giving a 30% attack buff to some of the most OP units in the game. Ridiculous. Double super attack, which is going to allow us, I think, to get an active skill as well. So we'll be able to use probably both the final Kamehameha and the ultimate Kamehameha, because, oh, how much damage will he take right here? I mean, he is immune to having his attack lowered. That's one thing that non-transformed Cooler does, is he lowers attack. Pfft, peanuts. That's nothing. Not an insane amount of damage by any means. Big Bad Boss is still not even active. I wish he would have crit, but he's under 50%. So, okay. Well, I mean, this is perfect. So now we can go ahead and finish Vegito off. Oh, we're going to have... Oh, no. For a second, I was like, oh, we're going to have a triple active skill turn. No, because they can't do the active skill until the turn after they transform. But we have 2 active skills we'll be able to do. Oh, yeah. We sure do. Okay. Let's start with this Tech Vegito Blue right here, because, again, he's 55%, so he probably won't finish Vegito off. And then we'll let Gogeta just sort of, you know, deal the final blow. This is, I guess, another thing if you really want to compare Rose to the Fusions. Rose, you're not really going to see his active skill, I would say almost never on Dokkan events, right? It's going to be, again, almost never. Whereas the Fusions... You know, you can see this. It can only be turn 6 or later, but, like, the conditions, the enemy under 50% HP, turn 6 or later, that's actually, like, something you can see. So, occasionally, like right now, you will be able to bust these active skills out, and now we get Vegeta flicking his wrist, boop, and that's that. So, again, Cooler is incredible, but I did have to get these bad boys in here. But again, that's the thing. As amazing as Cooler is, he is amazing next to the blue fusions, which is so crazy. Like, like when I saw the details for the fusions and thought about it, it's like, wow, Cooler, despite the fact that he's, you know, all like Frieza family links and stuff like that, he is going to work amazing on that team and with the fusions. How crazy is that? Alright guys, so now we're in the Legendary Goku event. One thing I wanted to do before we finish up here is obviously do the STR Cooler combo. So, of course, because Cooler transforms with his active skill, meaning you have a choice on if you want to transform or not, means that we'll be able to run one Cooler transformed and one Cooler not transformed on rotation, sharing every single link, as well as being a support type unit. For the transformed Final Form Cooler, and then the transformed Final Form Cooler will be stacking his attack. Just a ludicrous unit by any stretch of the eye. He's crazy, right? Now, I've not really like often found the need to do this, to have both of them transform like that. It just, for whatever reason, right? It's never really, like, I've just never found it, like, really relevant to do. But, you know, in something like... It's just because he gets so much stronger and tankier and everything that, like, you know, in, like, a difficult event, which is probably where you would want to do it, you really would want the extra defense he gets by transforming as well, right? But, you know, I guess that the defensive ability or from his support type passive would be pretty good. But, you know, it is just an option you have with him. Like, there's... Again, Cooler is a brilliantly designed unit. The only real flaw with his unit that I guess I would mention is that he does not have shocking speed. I think they could have done something like get rid of Metamorphosis for shocking speed. I think it would have made him a better overall unit, but it's not something that makes it to where he's bad. It's something that, you know, you can just sort of deal with, right? And again, you know, they are kind of balancing a lot of units like this. You know, LR Gogeta Blue loses prepared for battle at blue. Future Gohan doesn't have prepared for battle. You know, Android 13 doesn't have shocking speed. You know, LR Int Cell doesn't have shocking speed. Like, they're doing this with a lot of units now. That's their one way to sort of balance some of the insane, ridiculous shit that they could do. So, so in this situation, Cooler's at 147k defense. Now, he is getting defense from both his, you know, a non-transformed version as well as Golden Cooler. Don't forget he does have Big Bad Bosses as well, if that activated his dodge activated, nice. But he does have Big Bad Bosses active as well. Or, well, he has it, but it's not active. So he could go ahead and, you know, get that, another 25% defense. Look at the damage he's capable of doing. It's just, it's honestly like silliness. Just how strong this Cooler is. Now, I know that this video, like, here I am going, oh, you know, don't summon, don't summon, don't summon. And then I put out this video where it's just like, you know, he, you know, the meme built different. That's something I very much enjoy these days. Like, oh, he's built different. That's built different. Blah, 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 blah. Like, with Cooler, it's for real true. Like, STR Cooler is indeed built different. I compared him favorably to LR Kale and Caulifla and LR Gohan and Goten before the anniversary as one of the units that, if I'm doing a showcase on another unit, Cooler would steal the show routinely. When I'm not trying to have him be the focal point of the video, but he just completely takes the focus off of whatever unit I'm trying to do it on and completely steals the show. Gohan and Goten do that, Kale and Caulifla do that, and STR Cooler does that as well, just because of how ridiculous he is. So, I would like to see the next Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR definitely be as crazy as Cooler, because again, he's just so batshit insane. Now, I could go through this event and we could just have him, like, you know, just build up his strength, like, throughout the fight. It's really, dude, even his he's at 160k right there, and then his non-transformed version at 125k. Yeah, there's no reason to continue on. He is this strong. That's it. He's just this crazy. So, you know, if you guys want to summon for him, I guess go ahead. I would wow. Okay. So you're at 3 mil before transforming with all links active except for Big Bad Bosses. Okay. And then he's lowering attack as well. So what's Final Form Cooler going to be at? It's going to be high. 3.94. Okay. Now his, I think, best attack stat would be that rotation, just with Big Bad Bosses active. And then, you know, we let him sort of like build up his attack stat for a while, right? Overall, Cooler is just a crazy unit. I consider him, again, one of the best units in the game. If you want to summon for him, go ahead, but the fusions and the banner is so good. The fusion banner is so good. I just can't recommend summoning on other banners except for that blue Vegito and blue Gogeta banners. So let me know what you guys end up deciding to do. If you do summon for Cooler, at least he is one of the very best units in the game. And he is on many different category teams, so he can help you out in a lot of different places. And because of the fact that he's a support type unit before he transforms, he's going to be good. Movie Bosses, Transformation Boost, Wicked Bloodline, Conquest of Terror, Target Goku, Last Resort. He's good everywhere because of the fact that he's a support type unit and he could transform and he's crazy. So again, the only real negative about his entire card, his kit everywhere, is just because I don't have any equipment on him, do I? No, I don't. Just because of the fact that he does not have shocking speed. That's literally the only thing I could think of. Outside of that, they made a monster of a unit. So good luck if you summon. Good job being smart if you don't summon. And I'll catch y'all next time.